So on the alien thing, I have my new favorite hypothesis. I'm not saying it's true, but I'm saying it's definitely fun and worth listening to. It comes from this book, Mutants and Mystics by Dr. Jeffrey Kripal, and this is an excellent book about the history of comic books and how that's influenced what we think about the supernormal and mysticism and aliens and all of that stuff. It's a great piece of work, and he's an excellent writer. He's talking about this guy, Otto Binder, who was a big comic books writer, wrote over 4,000 titles in the Marvel Universe, helped come up with Supergirl, but also wrote a lot about UFOs, because this was the time of the 40s and 50s where you're having a lot of the first widely reported contactee experiences, and people starting to develop something that felt like superpowers after those experiences. And so, Binder's theory, and here's the direct quote from Binder: many millions and perhaps billions of years ago, and no human on Earth knows how many light years away, man evolved on a distant planet. Then, in his time, his planet became too small, too cold, or too crowded for him, and he colonized one or more young nearby planets. Eventually, perhaps millions of years later, he had to move again. But then came the saving discovery. Starman's mind was marvelous and highly developed, far beyond the capabilities of our present-day earthly minds. At the same time, unfortunately, Starman's body was totally inadequate for pioneering jobs on other planets. And that ends the quote, but Kripal goes on to say, the solution, ? To divide the race into two branches: an ancestral race of wisdom and knowledge, and a hybrid colonial race that would be physically stronger but intellectually inferior. With this decision in place, other planets were colonized and scientific and spiritual progress continued apace. In that process, however, no colony was allowed to know that in fact it was a space colony. Until the population was sufficiently advanced to venture out into space on its own and was culturally and spiritually ready for that dazzling revolution. Then contact was initiated and the colony became aware of its true cosmic nature. Thus the colony fulfilled its destiny and became one more of the endless succession of planets chosen to be the home of the original interstellar man. And there the tale ends. So the rather positive message here is, when these seemingly alien entities come and contact us, sometimes with messages of hope, it's not out of the goodness of their heart. It's because we are them. We aren't their property. We are their brothers. So those really are our space brothers. And I think it's just a really lovely way to think about it. Overall, I'm completely agnostic what the answer to this contactee entity thing is. I don't think humans will get the chance to know. I don't think our brains are big enough to figure it out at this level that we're at. But that's fine. Part of the fun is just gathering all these anecdotes, gathering all the theories, and comparing and contrasting. I think that's part of some of the work that some of us are put here to do. So here's one theory that I thought was really great. Let me know if you have any that you really like.